Hi, I'm Michael Warren. I'm a Malaysian, born here. I'm a mixture of English and Indian, and one of the things that you'll start to find in Malaysia is it's a real melting pot, a cultural mix-up of different races, different religions, people who speak many different languages. So I'm part of that, and this is one of the attractions why people love coming to Malaysia to set up services, to set up back-end shared services, global business services in Malaysia. I've traveled the world. I've been around to different places. I've lived in many countries overseas, and I've run a number of companies. I've been the CEO of 4 or 5 companies around the region, and in essence, I've come back to Malaysia in my later years because I strongly believe that Malaysia as a location has got huge potential to get talent going, to get business going. And so I came back to Malaysia in 2012 as part of the National Talent Cooperation Program, attracting returning Malaysian experts to come back to Malaysia. I came back and I ran the National Global Business Services industry for the last 4 years on behalf of the government of Malaysia. So we set this up. At that time when I came back, there were a few hundred multinational companies working here, operating shared services, and today there are some 650. We've gone to about an $18 billion size of the market here in Malaysia, and Global Business Services has been a large contributor of jobs and investments to Malaysia. I stepped out of the government. I've joined a company called Emerio. Emerio is a managed services company. We do the managed services for the NTT Group of Japan. We do managed services for Southeast Asia for them. I joined them to help transform that company to go from being a professional services, managed services company, moving up the value chain into IT application services. So basically going into customers, trying to understand what are their business problems, why they can't sleep at night, and taking their business problems and transforming it to solutions supported by infrastructure, complemented by talent. And that's what Emerio does. We have 2,500 people scattered across Southeast Asia. We service our parent company, NTT, and their customers as a captive. So in the GBS industry, Emerio, 50% of our work is captive work for NTT and their customers. The other 50% of our work is outsourced services to companies in this region. So large banks, large telecom companies, large financial institutions and insurance companies, healthcare and education sector companies. These are all target customers of ours. So Emerio as an organization, the types of services we provide application services. We can take over and run your applications. We can develop applications for companies. We can do system integration work for companies in tying together different industry solutions to be brought together. And in terms of infrastructure, we run a 24/7 operation that supports global customers from US, Europe, Asia Pacific, all supported out of Cyberjaya, where I have a good 400 or 500 people. And we provide a lot of outsourced services as well to different clients who may require project management skills, program management, development skills, application skills, and so on. One of the things that we find very interesting is trying to attract the next generation of students to come through into this market. I think the students are still struggling with trying to understand what makes IT sexy. It's like if it's not sexy, why do I want to do it? It's like IT. Everybody seems to use IT. So right now in Malaysia, we are really promoting and supporting a lot of industry academia collaboration in trying to make sure that the students understand what the industry is looking for, and that the industry understands the next millennium group of students that are coming through as to what they're looking for in terms of life. What are the challenges that they look for? Today, many people want to bring their own devices. Many people live on social media. Many people live on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these things, and WhatsApp messages and all that. And when you take that away from them, you're strangling the bloodline that keeps them alive. So I think GBS companies need to evolve. They will change. We are seeing quite a number of new things happening in Malaysia around crowdsourced GBS services, around impact sourcing, about accessing talent from remote locations as opposed to everybody just coming to the office all the time, about people working in their own time. These are things that I think from a Malaysian government perspective, from an industry perspective, the companies that work in the industry, what we're looking for is how do we help the industry move to the next level, and how do we embrace the students that are coming through. Emerio is very much into a lot of this. We really want to support the industry. I've come from the government, and right now in the industry, we want to lift the industry, and the government needs to be the wind beneath our wings.